Hello, happy Friday. Waiting for everybody to join on. Hello, hi. Hello. I see some friendly faces here. Hi, Megan. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Friday. We're going to be doing our 15-minute movement break today. Hi, Morgan. Nice to see you. We have a special guest today, Larry. Larry will not leave my side today, so I figured then rather than him, whining and barking at the door, he is going to just kind of roam in and out. So it is what it is, right? Does anybody have any questions? I did a quick little, hi Gwen. I did a quick stories just about what to expect today. We're going to be doing upper body focus series. I highly recommend, hi Faye. I highly recommend adding some sort of weights, whether it is your 1 pound wrist weights, whether you have, like soup cans, anything, or like water bottles or anything like that, that you can kind of create a little bit more resistance. That's going to be a really great one. And then whenever we're down on our hands, if you don't have the wrist weights, obviously put your cans off to the side, try not to balance there. And we're going to be doing a little bit with the ball. So if you don't have a ball, you can grab any sort of prop. You can grab your pillow. You can grab anything like that. You can also do this without. The ball is just kind of strategically placed to keep your hips in line. Make sure that you're connecting in your inner thighs. Trying not to aggravate your quads too much. And does anybody have any questions? I feel like Larry is like the real reason why we're here. He's so cute. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, let me know right now. I'll be kind of talking through. Oh, there he goes. He's like, I'm out. He wants to be here for just a second. Bye, Larry. He's going to bed. So Larry's ready for the teaser. So yes, we're going to be doing a little bit standing, a little bit on your knees. The one thing about your knees and our hands, if you're prone to any sort of wrist or knee issues, you can go into a fist there. You can also make sure that you have some extra support for your knees. So make sure that you have either like that thick mat or you have an extra towel that you can put underneath just to support you there. Yeah, and this is friendly for everybody. I know some of the other Fridays has not been prenatal friendly. This will be prenatal friendly. So as always, make sure that you're listening to your body first. Make sure that you're working within your own range of motion. So if my arm is here, yours might be here, yours might be a little bit in front. Just make sure that you are really internalizing the movement, finding your own range of movement for your body, and just making sure that it's still a lot of core here. So remember, that's kind of the driving factor to all of these upper body movements. So let me turn off the comments. Let me make sure that this is good to go. All right. Okay, let's see. Oops, not go live in a room. How am I? Okay. Turn off commenting. All right, everybody, let's get started here. Okay. So this is going to be a 15-minute upper body series, and we're going to start with the ball between your ankles. So I want you to give it a little squeeze here just to make sure that your feet are about hip distance apart. We're just going to start by just softening the knees very slightly, and we're going to shift your hips back so we're at a very slight forward hinge, connecting into the core and feeling how you're lengthened out of your spine. So we're trying to get into neutral first. So we're going to take an inhale here, and then we're going to exhale as we push your hands back. Inhale, stretch it out, exhale back. I want you to breathe through this movement here. We're going to make this very active as we're stretching your arms out, pushing it back. We're still trying to keep your weight onto your heels. Let's stretch it forward. I want you to feel energy out of your arms. So you're really creating kind of this resistance through space. So we're stretching it out and back. And let's do a few more of these. And 2 more. So really creating this heat inside of the body, this really nice core connection. We're going to take your hands out in front of you. I want you to turn your palms up. We're going to do very tiny pulses up with the arms. I want you to feel how the arms are connected into the core. It's a very slightly soft elbow, so we're not hyperextending there. And let's do 3 more. 2 more, and then 1 more. Pushing your hands back so your palms are up now. We're doing tiny pulses up. One thing I want you to note here is you're lengthened out of your neck. Try not to allow your shoulders to curl forward so your arms can get up higher. It can be even the slightest movement there. We're connecting into the triceps. Let's do a few more here. And then we're going to stretch the arms forward, stretch them back. Reaching here and back. I want you to focus also on You know, this is upper body, so we're also focusing on kind of a nice open chest too. And then back, keeping the core energized. And let's do 2 more here. And then we have 1 more. And then we're going to swoop the arms forward. We're going to go into these pulses again. Keep the core connected. Keep the shoulders kind of plugged in, so we're connecting into these lats, so behind your shoulder blades here. Tiny pulses. And let's do a few more here. Swoop the hands back, start to push your hands back up through here. So we're feeling this tricep, we're feeling your fingertips energized out, still feeling those inner thighs, connecting into the glutes as well. Let's do 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. I want you to stretch your hands in front of you here. We're gonna open up your arms out to the side and then bend. So we're gonna open it up. Breathing through here, really feeling how open your chest can be when we open up the arms. So feel as though you're using the resistance through space to really open up the arms like you're swimming. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Try not to arch the back. So I want you to stretch your hands forward. Now your palms are facing in. We're opening it up here. Your hands are in a little bit of a different position. You don't have to open up that wide. I want you to just still feel the core here. Try not to take it into your traps or your neck here. We want to try to relax there. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. And then we're going to stretch the hands forward. Palms are going to face up. We're opening up here. So we're stretching it up, drop it down, reaching it out, opening here. And we will not be in this hinge the whole time. We're just starting here. Open it up. Feel the length out of the neck. Feel your toes kind of wiggle here, so we're shifting your weight onto your heels. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. And then we're stretching through the arms. Let's round through the spine, pushing your hands up. Let's lift. Stretching it through, rounding through the spine, pushing your hands up, really feeling this resistance in space. Feel yourself actively pushing your hands up as you roll through the spine. Let's do 3 more. Pushing it up. 2 more here. All the way up. And then we have 1 more. And then we're going to roll it up. We're going to keep your hands back. We're going to go back into this hinge. Shift your weight onto your heels. We're going to do tiny pulses up with the arms. Very tiny pulses here. I want you to connect into the core. Check to make sure that you're not tucking your pelvis, but you're also not arching the back. We're trying to remain neutral. 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. We're going to do tiny squeezes. I want you to feel almost like your thumbs are pulling back behind your body, so your arms are still kind of holding up behind you. Keep breathing through here. Keep feeling the length out of the neck, so feel like you have this little string out through the top of your head. Let's do 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. We're going to hold your arms out into a V. We're going to do tiny bends. So your fingertips are kind of pulling in, pushing it out. Connecting into the core here. So stretching it out, trying to still keep that chest really nice and open. And let's do 3, and 2, and 1. And then stretching your arms through, rounding through the spine, pushing it back. Really feeling how you can keep those knees soft and lift up even higher up out of the core as you lift. 2 more. Still breathing through, creating this really nice breath. And then we're going to take yourself back down to this hinge. I want you to squeeze your elbows in through here. We're going to do very tiny pulses up. I want you to try to feel behind your shoulder blades, your core. Shift yourself even a little bit more onto your heels here. Very tiny. And let's do 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. Let's hold. We're going to do tiny squeezes of the elbows. So we're just thinking pecs, we're thinking shoulders, we're thinking full upper body. Every movement today is going to be upper body, but I want you to still feel glutes, outer thighs, inner thighs, core, a little bit of everything. Let's do 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. Pushing it up, big circle. Drop it down. Pushing it up, big circle. Feeling how your core is really driving this movement. We're still very energetically moving your arms here, but with resistance and intention. Let's do 1 more. And let's drop it down. 1 more for good luck. And drop it down. We're going to take your ball off to the side. We're going to take yourself into a nice wide stance here. So we're finding a wider stance than your hips here. We're going to do just a soft bent knee. So I want you to make sure that you're still engaging inner thighs, outer thighs. So we're trying not to let the knees just kind of pull inwards here. I want you to take your elbows out to your side, soft bend of the knee. We're going to take one hand up, drop it down. Let's go to the other hand. So we're just going into a lift, feeling your core here as we lift. So I want you to feel how your obliques are lifted up with your arm. We're feeling the push up to the ceiling. Let's keep going here. Feeling your core, slightly soft knee. So it's just almost like a very soft knee, but you're still feeling that lower abdominal lift. And let's do one more on each side. And then we're going to go into both arms. So we're going to lift, drop it down. We're going to lift here. Feel the core here as we push it up. I want you to think energy up, resistance down. So both directions we have that resistance, moving very intentionally here. Let's do 3 more. And 2 more here. And then 1 more. We're going to drop the elbows down, open up a little bit wider. We're going to do very tiny squeezes. I want you to feel your elbows almost squeezing kind of towards your back, but without popping the ribs out. So we're still trying to keep this focus here on creating that neutral pelvis. And then let's stretch it all the way out. And let's bend it in. We're going to do very tiny pulses here. So keep breathing, keep checking in with your knees. Try to make sure that your knees are not internally rotating, they're not externally rotating here. Good, press it all the way out. We're going to round through the spine. Take your hands forward. We're pushing your hands back on a V shape here. Rounding forward, so we're creating this really nice spinal flexion. Pushing your arms back. Rounding here, breathing through. So really trying to create every movement very intentionally through space. Try not to allow momentum to build up here. We're controlling every piece of this movement. And then back. And let's do 1 more here. And then back. And then we're going to soften the knees. Take your hands in front of you. You're going to make a soft oval shape here, connecting into the core. We're going to do tiny squeezes in. What I want you to try to do is stabilize the body as we're squeezing here. So we're trying not to allow the body to kind of wobble here with us. We're trying to stabilize, connect behind the shoulders. Keep breathing through. Let's do 3, 2, and then 1. We're going to take your arms behind you and we're going to do tiny squeezes here. If you need to also in this position, if it feels like you're almost arching, you can also go into a slight hinge. If you shift your weight back onto your heels, if that feels a little bit better, a little bit more connected, you can do either or there. And let's do 3 and 2 and then 1. We're going to circle your arms around. We're going to take 1 arm up, drop it down. Let's take 1 arm up. I want you to keep a very slight soft elbow, so we're almost in these, like an oval shape here. Lift and lift. Breathing through. And lift here. And let's do 1 more on each side. And lift. And then we're going to stretch our hands out to the side. I want you to turn your palms facing down to the floor. We're going to bend. We're going to reach. Stretch it out. Let's go over to the other side. I want you to feel your core rotating you here. Your arm is just that extension, giving you a little bit more of a twist. And let's twist. And stretch it here. So we're feeling this reach. Stretching it out. Let's do a couple more on each side. Stretching it here. And then 1 more each side. And then last one. And we're going to drop the hands down. You can take your hands behind you. We're going to do a lift and then drop it down. I want you to feel the core lifting your arms up, dropping it down. If you can notice kind of the shift of my palms here. So they're going down, lift it up, drop it down. Feel the core here. It's like a slightly bent knee. And then we have 1 more. And let's just stretch your hands up. Do a nice big circle. We're making your way down onto your knees. We're taking your ball between your ankles, and then we're going to keep your knees in line with your hips here. So taking your hands underneath your shoulders, I want you to shift forward very slightly. Your toes are curled underneath. We're going to start to bend your elbows down to your side. Push it up. So I want you to feel your back really nice and neutral. Try to keep your elbows as tight into your body as possible. So if you're not feeling your core here, maybe shift forward about a couple inches. And we have 3 more. 2 more here. And then 1 more. We're going to push it up, round up into your cat stretch. We're going to make our way back into a neutral pelvis. Turn your fingertips facing in like a diamond shape. Shifting yourself forward, connecting into that core here. Neutral pelvis as we take your elbows out and lift. Feel core equally working with your upper body. Opening up the arms, so as your elbows bend, I also want you to feel how your chest opens up, keeping your chest nice and open as you push it up here too. Let's do a few more here. 2 more. And then we have 1 more. And then we're going to sit back into a child's pose. Just stretch out through your arms very carefully here. We're going to make your way back onto your hands. Soften the feet all the way flat. Give that ball a squeeze through the inner thighs. We're going to stretch your left arm out. I want you to reach out. Drop it down. I want you to bend the elbow, stretching it out. I want you to feel length out of the body. Same thing here with the core. If you're not feeling core, you might be shifting a little bit too far back over your ankles. So we're focusing on that soft elbows, very lifted up in the core. Let's do a few more here. 1 more each side. And then last one. And then we're going to start to take your arm back. Drop it down. What you're trying to do is stabilize your body, so we're trying not to shift your body side to side. Trying to find your core here as we take one arm back. And let's go back. And then back. And then we're going to keep your left hand back here. Hold here. Start to do very tiny pulses up. I want the pulse to come from your tricep, not your hand here. So try to let your hand be very, nice and energized and lengthened. Hold it up, do tiny bends. Keep very strong in that right arm. Keep connected in the core. Let's do 3 more. 2 more, and then 1 more. Drop it down. Round up into your cat stretch. Make your way back into a flat back. We're going to start to stretch the opposite arm out through here, tiny pulses up. Feel the pulse coming from your tricep, your lat, your core here, not your hand. Tiny pulses up, keep that bottom arm soft. 2 more. Hold here, bend the elbow, push it back. Keep very connected in the core. We're almost done here. Keep going. We have 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Drop it down. Round up through the body. Let's make your way into a neutral pelvis. We have 1 more set on your hands. We're going to take your left arm. I want you to push it up. I want you to feel the push. Drop it down. So we're feeling the core here, but I want your arm to start this movement. So your arm is almost pushing up, opening up the chest. Drop it down. Let's go into a push. So we're stretching it up and twisting. Feel like you're pushing up something up to the ceiling, creating some resistance here. And let's stretch it up. Let's do 1 more on each side. And then last one. And we're going to sit all the way back here. Slowly start to roll through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, or making your way onto your knees. I want you to open up your knees. We're going into an externally rotated hip here, giving the ball a little squeeze, feeling this lift up through the core. I want you to reach your hands up. We're going to take your hands back. So we're doing a little lift up through the palms, drop it back through here. Find the core lifting, warming up the body again in this position. I want you to try to relax your glutes. Try not to tighten there. Feeling the lift coming up from the pelvic floor. Let's do a few more here. And then 1 more. And then we're going to take your hands out into a V shape through here. I want you to bend 1 elbow. We're going to do a little mini kind of hinge, twist, bend, stretch it out to the side. We're going to find that your core is driving this movement. Bend here, stretch it out. I want you to feel how the arm is connected to the core. Still giving those inner thighs a nice little squeeze here. Let's do 3 more. 2 more here. Up and over. So even though this bottom arm is not really doing a ton, it's still very energized down to the floor. We're feeling this reach. Opposite arm bends in, and then let's stretch it out. Bend here. So you can still see kind of this reach of this bottom arm, so you're still doing something there. Let's bend here. Breathing through. We're almost finished with this upper body series. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more here. And let's take your hands back behind you. We're going to push them back into a V, rounding through the body. Let's take your hands forward here. pushing it back into the V, rounding forward, pushing it back. So really focusing on opening up the chest, still connecting into the upper body. Let's do 3 more. Breathing through, lifting it up. 2 more here. And then we have 1 more. And then let's just stretch the arms all the way up. Feel the lift up in the core, circle them around. Bend through here, lifting it all the way up. And let's do 3. And 2 here, almost done. I'm running way over 15 minutes, so 20 minutes. And take yourself into your child's pose. Stretch your arms all the way out. Feel this nice big reach. Crossing it underneath, so take left arm underneath your right arm. Feel this nice big stretch here. Both arms out in front of you. Stretching it out to the opposite side. And then let's take your hands through the center here. And we're just going to slowly start to roll up. Let's go 1 vertebrae at a time, and you're going to slowly start to roll your shoulders back. And you completed that really long 15 minutes upper body series. Great job. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Sorry if anybody had to bail out and I went over time, because I know it's work time here, but let me add the comments back on. All right. Yeah, does anybody have any questions? I hope you all feel really nice and warm, and part of what upper body means is it's not just strengthening the upper body. It's not just like connecting into those muscles. It's really about opening up the chest. It's about connecting between the shoulder blades. It's about opening up the back. Really focusing on how the movements work together. So remember, we cannot just strengthen. We cannot just do like weights. We have to be able to have that same mobility there in order to really function with the weights. So so I hope you all are feeling good. This is our 8th Friday live, which is really fun. I can't believe it's already been 8 weeks doing that, which is awesome. And I'm so thankful for you all joining in. And it looks like no questions. So I'll see you next Friday. I'm thinking maybe we need, I don't know, let me think about it. Before I tell you, I feel like, let me think about it a little bit more. I feel like it's a little bit too early. But yes, I love you all so much. And sorry, Larry bailed so early. he was over it, but I love you all, and have